Hi, and welcome to Total Body Mindful Movement with First Descents. My name is Emily. My FD nickname is Red. The first Descents program I ever went on was skiing in Crested Butte back in 2020. I was diagnosed with MS at the age of 17, about 17 years ago, and I refused to let this diagnosis stop me. Staying active was really important to me, and so I really noticed that staying active was beneficial for me not only physically, but mentally and emotionally, and I really wanted to empower the MS community to know that no matter what your limitation, you can keep moving. I became a certified personal trainer and group fitness instructor, and now I teach modified fitness classes for the MS community. Today we're going to be doing a total body movement class where we're going to be focusing on neuromotor exercises, that's hand-eye coordination, agility. We're also going to be working on strength, cardio exercises, get that heart rate up a little bit, and focus on our core. These exercises are actually found to be safe and beneficial for people living with MS, but anybody is welcome to join. All you'll need is a tennis ball, a TheraBand if you have one, and for those of you who needed a seat option, grab that chair. I also always have water and a fan going so I can make sure that I don't get overheated. If you're ready, let's keep moving. We're going to start with a nice warm-up, starting from our head to our toes, just to get the body warmed up. It's super important you do a dynamic warm-up, just to get the body warm, get those muscles moving, and then we'll move into our hand-eye coordination. So as we sit, we're going to start seated. Sit up nice and tall, roll those shoulders down and back. Let's look from right to left. Focusing on that breath, gentle movements in the neck. Good, looking from right to left. Perfect. Now we're gonna look up to the sky, bring your chin to your chest. Now if you experience that weird zing in your neck, just look forward and up to the sky. Good, nice gentle movements. Here, one more. Look up, bring that chin to the chest. Perfect. Let's open up those arms nice and wide and cross over the arms. Good. Opening up the chest, squeezing those shoulder blades. You're going to feel the blood pumping just a little bit. Nice. Big breaths. Feeling the body warm. One more. Nice. Now we're going to swing those arms down and reach it up to the sky. Perfect. Getting those shoulders nice and warm. Getting the blood pumping. Perfect. Last one. We're going to do a nice little spinal twist. You can reach, you can punch if you're having a bad day. This is where we can channel that energy and punch across the body. Perfect. Warming up the spine, reach. Give me one more on each side. Now we're going to reach up and over. Nice little lateral stretch. Feel it in those obliques. Reach. I like to use my elbow as a little bit of stability too. Give me 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna do some hamstring scoops. So you're gonna extend one foot out, heels on the ground, toes pointed up. We're gonna go 5 on the side, reach towards that toe. Whoops. We're getting a nice stretch in the hamstring, moving through this stretch. Let's go one more on this side and then we'll switch. Good. Other side, extend the heel in, toes pointed up, reach and stretch. Getting that nice hinging motion, we'll see that later. Breathe. Let's do 2 more. There's 1 and 2. Perfect. All right. If you're ready, grab that tennis ball. We're going to move into our hand-eye coordination. All right. We're going to be working hand-eye coordination or neuromotor exercises. This can be done seated or standing. We're going to grab that tennis ball. What this exercise does is it helps our hand-eye coordination, our dexterity, connects our brain to the rest of our body. We're going to be doing 30-second intervals for these exercises so you can really get the movement going. So if you're ready, let's get started. We're going to get started in about 10 seconds. First move is just a nice single hand toss in the right or left hand. You can start you can start with whichever hand feels good. Here we go. We're going to just toss. It can be tiny little movements, big tosses, or you can even toss and nice little turns. Good. Perfect, just like this. We're gonna switch halfway. So whatever hand you aren't doing, switch hands. I am more dominant with one, so you may find it a little bit tricky. Hang on to that ball, keeping the eye, looking at the ball, squeezing every time you catch. Perfect. If you drop it, don't worry. That's also an exercise, having to go get it. Nice. Now we're gonna go pancake right to left. This is gonna be kind of similar to what we did in our exercise with the mindful movement series. Good, just tossing right to left. I want you to challenge yourself. See if you can look those eyes up forward. We're working on our proprioception, where we are in space. Good, nice little twist here. You can toss the ball high or keep it low or quick. You have 10 more seconds, and then we're gonna move on to exchanges in front and overhead. Again, similar movement to the one we did in the mindful movement series, but this one's gonna be a little bit faster. Open up those arms nice and big. I'm gonna do this one seated. You keep standing, squeezing those shoulder blades, exchange, and open. Now, if we're seated, see if you can close your eyes and do it. If you're standing, please keep your eyes open. Good, squeezing those shoulder blades, squeezing the chest. Good. Now we're gonna rotate the wrists up to the sky and here. You're gonna feel those arms warm up. Good. Exchanging up over top, squeeze. We got 5 more seconds, and then we're gonna open up that chest and exchange behind. All right, nice little quick rest. We're gonna open up that chest, exchange behind our back and in front. Good. We're here, we're hunched over all day, so anytime we can really open up that chest, feels good. Nice. Keep going. We're gonna switch sides or go the other direction. We're gonna work that cognition. Again, we can do this standing or seated. Perfect. Halfway there. Keep going. Nice. For this next exercise, I want us all to stay seated because we're gonna work a little bit of hinging and in our legs. So if you're ready, go on ahead and take a seat, get those feet at 90 degrees. We're gonna do a hinging motion. We're gonna bring that ball underneath our legs, hinge forward, exchange under the legs, and then sit up nice and tall. This one's really good for our core, that hinging motion. We do that every day as we bend over. If it makes you dizzy, you can keep eyes forward. Nice. Breathing, feel that core. Try to keep your back flat if you can. If this is too fast, you can always slow it down. We gotta give ourselves permission to make sure we end feeling successful. Nice, 5 more seconds, and then we're gonna channel our inner basketball player. All right, get those feet nice and wide. We're gonna do figure 8s, under, over. So I'm gonna go under right, under left, over left. The wider your feet, the more you're gonna work those obliques. Side part of your abs, and we're working that cognition. I don't know about you, but my breath, I'm starting to notice my heart rate getting up there. Good, you have 15 more seconds. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll move on to cardio. Nice job. 10 more seconds. Perfect. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest, grab some water, and we'll move on to cardio. All right, next set of exercises, we're gonna be working our cardiovascular system. This is good for our heart and our lungs. And so we're gonna be doing what's called an AMRAP. You may never have heard that term before, but it means as many rounds as possible. What I love about AMRAPs is you get to go at the pace that feels good for you. So on those days you're feeling strong, maybe you can get more rounds in. On those days you're feeling maybe a little bit more fatigued or those symptoms are kind of kicking in, you can go a little bit slower and focus on the movements. How it's gonna work is we've got 4 moves. You're gonna do each one for 10 reps, and you're gonna repeat them for 3 minutes. So we're gonna do cardio for 3 minutes. You go at your own pace. You can stick with me. You can go faster. Again, you can do this seated or standing. I'm gonna run through the 4 exercises real quick, and then we'll get started. First one is crossover punches. So this standing option, maybe I reach up across the body and tap the foot, or I can just stay and cross over the body. Anytime we cross over the midline of our brain, it's really good for our brain as we reach up and over. Seated can be the same option, crossing over punches. Next exercise is a cherry picker. Reach those hands up to the sky, hands to the hips, down to the ground, nice little squat. For that seated option, you can reach for those ankles or reach forward if it makes you dizzy. Next one is a hacky sack jack. This one's gonna challenge your balance. So for seated option, I'm touching the inside of my foot with the opposite hand, or if maybe my lower body, I have some limitations here, I'm gonna reach and sit up nice and tall. For those of you who want an added challenge, standing, this is gonna challenge your balance. And then the last one is forward, wide, up. We're gonna be working a little bit of cognition, coordination, so you're gonna go forward, nice little push-up, wide, and up. For me, sometimes I have to say it out loud so I can figure it out. But if anything, you're just gonna get the motion, forward, wide, and up. If you're ready, 3 minutes is gonna go up on the clock. Again, you're doing 10 reps of each on repeat for 3 minutes. We'll get started shortly. Are you ready? We're gonna get started in 10 seconds. We're starting with those crossover punches. You're gonna do 10, and then you're gonna move on. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach it up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. Once you're done with those, then you're going cherry pickers for 10. This one may take a little bit longer. Anytime we reach those hands up over the head, you really get that heart rate going. If you're with me, you're gonna end up doing trainer count. Talking and counting is a challenge. Good, once you hit 10, then you're moving on to those hacky sack jacks. 10 of them, here we go. I'm doing the more challenging option, but this one can always be done seated. I'll show that in the next round. Nice job. Once you hit 10, then you're moving on to forward, wide, up, that's 1. Nice. If you want to add a challenge, maybe you jog in place. Good. Forward, wide, and up. Saying it out loud really helps. Nice. Do you feel your heart rate getting up there? Feel your breath. Good. And once you're done with these, then you're going back to crossover punches. Nice job. I'm going to do this round seated. You keep going. Here we go. Nice job. We've got less than 2 minutes to go. If you need to slow it down, go for it. I'm going to move on to those cherry pickers. I'm here for 10. Again, if it makes you dizzy, you can reach forward. Good. You're going at your own pace. As long as you keep moving, I'm good with that. Slower, that's fine. Good, once you're done with those cherry pickers, again, we're going into that hacky sack jack, that modified one. Maybe I touch the inside of my foot, or here. Good. What we don't realize is this is a functional movement. You know, when you tie your shoes, good, just like that. Nice, once you're done with those hacky sack jacks, forward, wide, and up. Good, do you have 1 more minute in you? You've got this. Keep breathing. If you need to take a break, shake those arms out, that's totally fine. We got this. Total body movement right here. Good. And then once you're done those, if you're ready, you can go on to crossover punches. We got less than a minute to go. Good, you can tap that foot. Keep moving. Nice. Again, if you're having a good day and you feel energized, see if you can speed it up. If you need to slow it down, that's fine too. I'm here with you, I feel the burn. 30 more seconds. Sometimes I can start standing. By the end, maybe I have to take a seat, and that is okay. Give yourself permission to modify. Can you give me 15 more seconds? Nice. Forward, wide, up. I don't know about you. Saying it out loud is helpful. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, we've done our neuromotor exercises. We've done our cardio. Now we're going to move on to strength. These first 4 movements are going to be body weight only, so you don't need any weights at all. We're going to be working upper body and lower body, again, seated or standing options. First one, we're going to reach one arm out to the side and we're going to press the other arm up and out. We're going to be here for about 30 seconds on each side. This arm is using stabilization, nice strong arm. Reach it up and out. We're going to be there for 30 seconds. And then we're going to do an L raise, work that cognition. One arm comes forward, one arm comes to the side, and then you're going to switch. We'll be there for about 30 seconds. Then we're going to work our lower body. So you've got 2 options. For those of you who want a standing option, we're going to do a good old sit to stand. A nice functional movement we do every day. If that doesn't work for you, you're going to do a seated leg extension, extending the foot out. If you need to use those hands to help lift the legs, that's a great option too. And then last, we're going to do a nice hinging motion, good mornings. Heels are in the ground, toes pointed up, and I'm going to hinge forward, bringing my chest to my thighs. Standing option, feet are shoulder width apart, slight bend in the knees, hinge forward, squeeze in the glutes, and stand. Those are our 4 exercises. We're going to be using our body weight, working for 30 seconds. If you're ready, let's get moving. All right, we're gonna get started in 10 seconds. Again, standing or seated, extend one arm out. We're gonna be extending the arm up and out, working those shoulders. Core is nice and strong in 3, 2, 1. So you're gonna punch it up to the sky and out. We're working those shoulders. We're working the triceps as we extend that arm out. Good. Now, if you do have weights at home, you can always add a weight. But on those times, maybe if we're traveling or we don't have any weights around, this is a good option. Do you notice this arm that's extended out, not doing anything? It really is. Good. Nice little stabilization, isolating hold. 5 more seconds here. and then we're gonna switch sides. 2, 1, shake it out, roll it out. Other arm is gonna extend out, and then we're gonna punch up and out. If you're ready, let's go. Extend up and out. Good. Keep going. That seated option, same idea. Stay up nice and tall. Core is engaged. Perfect. Do you feel your arms getting fatigued? Me too. Good work. Keep going. Now anytime we extend up, I want you to exhale out and bringing the arm down, inhale down. Good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake out those arms. All right, we're gonna work the mind. One arm is gonna come lateral, one arm's gonna come forward, out, hold for a couple seconds, and then lower and switch. We're working the brain, we're working the body. Good, again, if you've got those weights or maybe water bottles at home, you can always add that for an extra challenge. Good, yep, standing option, maybe feet are a little bit wider. Good, feeling the tops of those shoulders. Can you hold for a couple of seconds and lower, nice. This is really challenging the brain as one arm comes forward and one arm comes to the side. Good, 5 more seconds, then we're gonna work that lower body. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice, shake it out. Figure out which option feels good to you. Are you gonna be doing that sit to stand? You can always have a couch or a chair, something in front of you to help you stand. Plant those feet in the ground. We're gonna push through the heels, glutes and quads. If we're standing for that seated option, you're doing alternating leg extensions. Here we go. Push through the glutes and slowly lower. Good. I'm really tall, so this chair is very low. But we do this move every day, getting up off the toilet, getting up out of our chair. So we gotta make sure we keep moving these muscles so we can maintain our independence. Good, keep going, that seated option. Squeeze in the quad as you extend that foot like you're kicking the wall. Or we can even lift. Any type of movement for that lower body is great. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna work that posterior chain this time. I want you to plant those heels in the ground if you're seated. Hands are up by our ears. We're gonna hinge forward, bring the chest to our thighs, working those hamstrings. Hinge forward, squeeze through the glutes, and sit up nice and tall. Inhale here, exhale here. Good. For that standing option, keep going if you're seated. Feet are shoulder width apart. Hinge forward, squeezing those glutes, and stand. Keeping the back flat. Do you feel it in those hamstrings? Do you feel it in those glutes? That's where we should feel it. 10 more seconds, let's go. Squeezing those shoulder blades. Nice, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Nice work. All right, we're gonna move on to our next set of 4 exercises. If you have that TheraBand, go on ahead and grab it. If you don't, that's okay. You can still do these same movements without a TheraBand or with those weights at home if you've got them. First one is a curl to a press. So we're gonna grab that TheraBand, hold some tension, curl, and press it up to the sky, just like so, or just the movement. The next move we're gonna do is a tricep extension. Arms are gonna be up, I'm gonna extend out, and then bring that arm back to the chest and extend out. We're working the back of the arm, that tricep, just like so. Again, no weights, that's okay. You extend. Then we're gonna go lat pull, reach those arms up, pull the TheraBand towards your chest and push back up to the sky. We're working those postural muscles, so we have nice, good posture, stand up nice and tall and open up the chest. And then the last one is going to be a forward raise to a chest press and down. So if you're ready, you can do this seated or standing. We're gonna do these for 30 seconds, about 15 seconds rest. Here we go. In 10 seconds, we're gonna start with that curl to press. If you're standing, feet are shoulder width apart, nice slight bend in the knees. Find tension in your TheraBand, that's super important. Here we go, we're gonna curl and press. Now, one of the things with the TheraBand, the closer your hands are, the more challenging and more resistance it's going to give you. If that's too hard, just have your hands go a little bit wider. Curl to a press. Perfect, keep going. Seated option, we're here. Make sure we use that breath as we press up to the sky, exhale out. Good, focus on those biceps and those shoulders. When we think about what muscles we're moving, it connects our mind to our body. Good, 3, 2, 1, shake it out. Moving on to that tricep extension, so arms are gonna kind of come up to parallel, elbows are bent. We're gonna extend one arm out and then bring it back. Squeezing in the back of that arm for that tricep extension. Here we go. Good, inhale and exhale, nice. Good, keeping that core nice and engaged this whole time. Sit up nice and tall, or for standing. Good. Focusing on all those muscles we're working, even as we stand. Standing is an exercise too. So anytime you can do any of these exercises standing, it's awesome. Good, you've got 10 more seconds. Keep breathing, keep moving. Again, if you don't have those weights, we're just extending one arm and the other. 3, 2, and 1. Whoo, shake it out. Next is that lat pull. Arms are gonna come up, pulling the elbows down and back and pressing up to the sky. Grab that TheraBand, reach up nice and high. And we're gonna pull that band to our chest and extend up. Do you notice as you pull those elbows down and back, you feel those shoulder blades pinch together? Perfect. Good. That seated option again. Feet are flat on the ground. Nice. Exhale as we pull, inhale as we reach. You got 10 more seconds. Keep working. Nice. We've got one more exercise, then we'll move on to core. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. We feel those shoulders, couple shoulder rolls. This time we're gonna go forward raise, pull those elbows down and back, a little bit of a row, push forward and down. Nice little modified push up here. In 3, 2, find that tension, pull the weight up to those eyes, pull it to your chest, push forward and down. Nice. This one's also good for the brain because we're having to do multiple things at the same time. Standing option, we're here. We are halfway, 15 more seconds, and then we're gonna work that core. Nice. Good. And then you don't wanna miss, make sure you get your stretches in following those mindful movement series, and rest. Couple shoulder rolls, grab some water, and we're gonna finish with seated core. All right, total body movement is coming to a close. We're gonna finish with seated core. It's awesome that we can actually work our core from a seated position in a chair. So we're gonna do 4 exercises, again, working 30 seconds of rest, quick transitions. We're gonna start with a sit-up. So if you sit on the very edge of your chair, hands can be up by our shoulders. We're gonna lean back, keeping that We're gonna lean back, keeping the back flat, touch those shoulder blades to the back of the chair, exhale, and then touch elbows to knees, back, and forward. Nice little sit up for 30 seconds. We're then gonna move into a bicycle. So a couple of options, hands are up. I'm gonna bring opposite elbow to opposite knee. If this doesn't work for you, you can always twist, bring that elbow to that knee as you twist across, or you can still do that hacky sack jack type of movement. The next one we're gonna do is kind of a wood chop press, so you can either grab your tennis ball or just clasp hands together, reach up to the sky, nice little twist to one hip, reach and twist. And then the final one, it's kind of a fun name, penguins. Nice little obliques, you reach from side to side, we're working those obliques. These 4 exercises for 30 seconds, let's get started. We have 10 seconds before we get started. Again, shift that weight all the way to the edge of your chair. Feet are flat on the ground, hands are up by our shoulders. Here we go. As we inhale back, exhale forward, bring those elbows to those knees. Good. As you exhale, that engages your abdominals, really focusing on that core. Good. Our core is super important, helps our stability, our balance. Anytime we gotta get up from out of the bed, super important. Now, if you want more of a challenge, you can always hold a weight here. Good, you got 5 more seconds. Inhale back, exhale forward, 1 more. Inhale back, exhale forward. Nice little quick transition into those bicycles, opposite elbow to opposite knee. Exhale every time we twist. Good, again, that more modified option. We're gonna bring that elbow to that knee and then sit up nice and tall. Good, really focus on that crunch and breath. Perfect. This one you can always do on the ground, but like I said, it's nice to know we can do core exercises from a chair. 5 more seconds here, then we're moving on to that wood chop press. You can grab your tennis ball or clasp hands together. I'm gonna grab my tennis ball since it's handy. Good, hang on nice and tight to that ball. Reach it up to the sky, nice little twist, Exhale up, inhale down. Getting a nice little spinal rotation here. As we exhale, reaching up, protects our lower back. Good. Another option is you can just twist and reach and twist. Perfect. 10 more seconds. And then we're on to our last 30 seconds. Those little penguins. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Drop that ball. Reach those fingertips towards the ground. We're gonna lean down, come back up, and the other side. Again, this is a functional movement. If you drop something on the floor, you gotta bend down to pick it up. Good, feeling those obliques as we work. Good, we're going for quality, not quantity, so we're not going for speed. Perfect. Can you give me 10 more seconds? Good. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Take a big breath in up to the sky. Exhale it out. Give yourselves a hand and make sure to join us for a mindful movement series stretching session. It's super important to stretch. Thanks for joining me.